inside the last 150 yards. Solwyn on the inside of Hurricane Fly. It's a tremendous battle. It's Solwyn and Hurricane Fly. Hurricane Fly is winning.
Here we go. Here comes Richard Alignman with a charge. He gets there. Richard Alignman for opening the course. Albert Foso wins the Magnus Cheltenham Gold Cup.
They say they never come back. This is one of the great comebacks in the history of the Cheltenham Festival. As sprinters and Magnus, remorseless, and quietly caught out star into submission. The answer is Demon.
Hello and welcome back to the New Look finishing line. As you can probably notice, we've changed location. Bit of brickwork. But yeah.
This is the sponsor wall.
This is the sponsor wall. They've named this the sponsor wall because it's going to happen sooner or later.
Hit me up.
It's not for the gym, though, by the way. But anyway, welcome back. This is obviously our new look, so it's better than sitting in the sit room.
Tom still looks the same.
Tom
still look the same.
Tom has the dead body behind him.
Everyone's like, why has Tom still got bin bags on the bed?
It's a wee bit colder now in here than it is in Andrew's sitting room, all the same. But
you were always giving out it's too warm in my house.
It is. Andrew's house is so warm, Tom. You can't even understand it. Like it's like the Sahara Desert.
It's not. He's just not
lucky.
able to.
It's freezing in my house anyway.
I prefer that.
So look, I have a little heater over there to keep him happy. But anyway, how is everyone? Everyone all right?
Yep. Another week closer to going back to work.
Oh yeah. You looking forward to it?
I am.
Yeah, you're looking good form, Dave.
I'm just eager to get back now, Tom. You know what I mean? It's missing
When is
20.
you're allowed back? Have they said yet? Or
It'll be Tuesday or Wednesday because I'm unsure of what way they're going to do it, but it'll be next week. Next week.
Leaky Leo was back out today.
Oh, Leaky Leo's.
Leo.
I don't even have to know what to say about that man anymore.
If you like, I can search the web for. I see a little Leo was back out today.
What?
I think that's Tom's iPhone looking for Leaky Leo.
Siri
was it?
Siri was looking for. I see a little Leo was back out today.
Oh wow.
Oh my.
Right.
Oh, that's a good start.
On this podcast, it is Ladbrokes Trophy, but it'll always be known as the Hennessy. We're going to cover Friday, Saturday from Newbury and the Fighting Fifth Hurdle. Tom, the body's still moving behind you.
No, there's something going on outside. I don't know if it's a dog or a human, but
I can see now scream.
The door. I'm just checking my door's locked. It's locked. That's all that matters.
So we're going to do that, and we have Fairyhouse as well to go through on Saturday and Sunday, where we're going to see Envial, Honeysuckle, Ballyadam, and so on. Run. So we will start with Friday. Newbury at 150. Hold up, no, I get the prices. 3-horse race. We have Fiddlers on the Roof, who is even money. Caribbean Boy is 2-1, and Getaway Trump is 11-4. Tom, we start with you. It looks a decent little 3-horse race. You like Caribbean Boy there last week, but he was taken out to run in this. How would you give his chances in this one?
Yeah, interesting. He was taken out last week to run in this, being a grade 2. I think he's the unknown to a certain extent in the field, but I quite like him. He'll be my selection in this. Fiddler on the Roof scraped home at Exeter last time. He's just not one that convinces me or not one that gets me excited.
Is he really?
And then Getaway Trump won a Fakenham Novice Chase last time out, you know. I just think a decent above average horse is always going to find out Getaway Trump. So yeah, Caribbean Boy would be my selection. And yeah, I think 2-1 is fair, to be honest.
What do you think?
Personally, I think Fiddler on the Roof is a mudlark. I think I said it.
I just got to do something. The screen is annoying me.
I think I said it at the start of the year. He won that grade 1 Tallward hurdle, but it was on ground that was like bottomless ground. To me, he's slow as tar. If it looks like it's going to be good ground, 2 mile 3, not a hope. He'll get outpaced. And for all the world, he looks like a Welsh national, Chepstow in the middle of December kind of horse.
Yeah.
Getaway Trump is Getaway Trump, so I wouldn't be as strong as Tom on Caribbean Boy, but there is like no other choice, so split down the middle.
Hey, outside of the tree.
Nah, Getaway Trump is a yak. I hate him.
I don't know what to make of this. I don't really know what to make of Caribbean Boy. The form is there to be seen. It's good enough form. The winners, the horse he beat, the big boy came out on Monday a few weeks ago and bolted up at Aintree. I don't know what to make. Can't even Getaway Trump. I actually backed him the last time around.
Of course
I did. That Kim Bailey thing is a hype horse. Pity I want none. But a Fiddler on the Roof, as you said, scraped home at Exeter. He needs a bog, and was it good soft ground there?
It's going to be good ground, I think.
So I'm kind of with the lads. The process of elimination is Caribbean Boy. We don't really know how good he is. We know, like, Getaway Trump, he's probably a yak at this kind of company. Fiddler on the Roof would probably need a lot softer ground. So that just leaves you with Caribbean Boy.
Fiddler on the Roof is going to get outpaced 100%.
He's probably the best jumper in the race, but he's not going to be able to go on that ground, really. Yeah, process elimination, Caribbean Boy.
If you look at that race, lads, that the last one that he won, and you go through them, it's actually it gives you plenty of hope. The horse who came last is rated 124. The second is rated. Where's it gone? I mean, now. The second, as you said, Andrew, came out and won the other day, is now rated 145. Musical Slave is rated 137, and he beat them hands down and quite comprehensively. So I reckon they hope he's probably a 150 horse, and I think that's good enough. Just
like
the other one that ran in that race has come out and won again since now is Glinger Flame, who is rated 135 now as well. A small connection to that horse. I used to train at
Nick Williams' horse, is it?
Nicky Richards' horse.
Nicky Richards' horse, kind of maroon and red stripes or something.
Yeah, that's it. I used to train his half brother. If you click on Glinger Flame and then click on his dam, you will see. You should probably see my name. I used to train his half brother. Yeah, the last horse I trained to date, he was third in the point to point for me, and then he broke his knee the next time out.
Oh, that's not good.
Unfortunate.
There's a good story behind. I told you about that, I think, haven't I?
Did you?
About the first time you ran in the point to point.
No, you probably did. I think I remember yesterday.
This horse is called Fleetwood Jack, right? So we bought him really cheaply. Ran him in a point to point, and we ran him in a point to point in Waterford on Easter 2018.
That's why you went wrong straight away. You ran him in Waterford.
Yeah, but for a bit of crack anyway, a couple of the lads came over who I owned him with. And they said, we're going to have to punt it. And I was like, oh, I don't know. I've missed a bit of work. We've had snow. And so I'd be surprised if he's fit enough, lads. They were like, oh, it'd be a big price, your name next to it. You know, all this kind of piss taking going on. So I let the horse go off down to the start anyway. And I walked over to the parade ring. And I walked over to the betting ring. And the two boys are there anyway. There's only about 5 bookmakers. And they're like, as I'm walking over, I can see them walking around each one. And as I'm walking over, I can see the price, and it's 3-1. I get a bit closer anyway. It's like 6-4. I get a bit closer. It's evens. And you get into the parade ring, the horse is 4-7.
Oh, wow.
Jesus.
I can see the blood draining from your face. I can just imagine it.
Priceless. It's the funniest thing. There are lads just stood in the middle of this tiny betting ring, just all looking at each other and then looking at us. Anyway, the horse finished third. He went back out to evens at the off. But yeah, good old story.
I want to know how he broke his knee.
Ran into a fence.
That do it.
That'll do it, all right, Tom.
He actually finished the race. He was going well. I fancied him then the next day. I said, right, he'll come on for the run. Brought him up the Stradbally. Was going well. Ran into the third last and slowly started going backwards. Finished 9th, I think, beaten 20-something lengths. The horse that won, we'd beaten the time before. So I'm full sure he'd have won. By the time he got down to the car park, his knee was the size of a balloon. Unfortunately, broke his knee.
Moving on.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, joys of horses.
The joys of horse racing.
Right, final selections on this. We'll get back to it. I think we're all in agreement. Caribbean Boy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right, moving on to the 225 Class 2 Handicap Chase. Over 2 miles, 3.5 furlong. Dave, very competitive race, but one you like getting stuck into these ones.
I like to look at Defi Sacra here each way. You mentioned the big bite. He got beaten by him at Aintree, but he ran like a horse that wasn't fully fit. So I'd be happy to give him another chance.
Tom?
Interesting race this. Old Orangewood won it last year. It was a good race. And I went through it. And the other one I was looking at there, San Benedetto, it goes well at Newbury. He's back down to his last winning mark. His form hasn't been fantastic, but if Paul Nichols can get him back right, he'd have a very good chance. The one I landed on, though, was Cepage of Venetia Williams's. His form, when fresh, might not have many ones next to it, but he's got he's got a second behind Frodon, second behind Riders on the Storm last season, second the year before that, and he won the year before that at Newbury. His mark is not generous. It is what it is, but I think he can be competitive off it. Good ground shouldn't be too much of a worry for him. And Venetia Williams is absolutely flying. So, yeah, I think he'll be my selection.
Fair enough. My one is, it's Old Grangewood. Like, he why are you shaking your head at?
I hate the horse.
Yeah, he done us last year. We were on Kalashnikov last year, and
him.
he absolutely done us.
No, we were on Kalashnikov for a treble. It was the last leg of a treble.
And doubles.
And he got done on the line by that yak.
Well, anyway, he's had to win this race 2 years in a row. And he's done the same thing every year as first start. He gets absolutely annihilated in his first start, and he comes on leaps and bounds.
But he's miles behind last year.
I know.
He's about a fence behind at one stage. Like.
That's what I'm on about. He won last year, right? He was behind Riders on the Storm last year by 14 lengths. First time out. He came on then, he beat Kalashnikov by... It's not.
I'll be honest, Tom. I had a little bit of hair left last year, and it fell out after this race.
He did, because that's a lie.
I tell you, I must have watched it back 4 times, and I still couldn't understand how he won. Like,
it was the closest I see. I should have known. Like,
it was another Goshen. It was another Goshen moment.
Goshen. That's a new name for Goshen, by the way. I'm finishing. Like,
they're going to the international hurdle. I heard he's alive and kicking.
And then they'll be going. Then they'll be going to Leopardstown, and then they'll go to the Betfair hurdle, and then they'll be going somewhere else.
He'll be running a fake and then they sell a hurdle in 6 months.
He didn't school very well.
Sure, the night before, Jamie Moore said he was schooling like a hurdle horse.
He was never able to jump anyway.
That's a solid point. We're getting back to it. He won this last year, beating Kalashnikov, and then he went on to Cheltenham New Year's Day to beat St. Calvas, and then he faded it again after that run. But again, he was, as I said, his first run the last 2 seasons before he won this have been shite, absolutely diabolical. You wouldn't give him a hope in hell. I think the bookmakers have copped on now that he's going to come on leaps and bounds because he's giant favourite right now with that Clondalk Castle, is it?
Yeah, Clondalk Castle.
I can't have that fella at all in my reckoning. San Benedetto, as Tom said, if he comes back to his best, has a chance. Cepage, Venetia Williams horses are on fire. Fido scraped home the last time. Couldn't have him. I'm not even going to attempt to say that name.
Soliduck.
Soliducka. I can't make heads or tails of him. He won well last time, but and after that, you're kind of Defi Sacra is surely not into Defi Desai, is he?
No, he's not. No.
You're all right then. He might win. Philip Hobbs' horse Galaball is Philip Hobbs' horse are absolutely atrocious right now. Court Maribel is one I give a chance to, but he's on seat last week was he was a promising horse, but then he's just gone cash. So that kind of when I went through it and narrowed it down, it's the track, it's his course form. He's won this 2 years in a row. He's carrying 11 stone 4. He was carrying 10-6 last year, but look, it is what it is. I don't think it's as strong as the race it is last year. I think he'll take a lot of eating in this. I'll
be honest, the other two that I picked out in this are the two that you picked out, so I'll be shocked if one of us don't get the winner of this.
So everyone back San Benedetto. That's what's going to happen.
What did you pick out, Dave?
Defi Sacra, and then the other two were Cepage and Old Grangewood, even though I don't like him.
Sure, look. One of us is surely.
You'd hope so, anyway.
So who do we pick again? I wasn't even listening now.
Defi Sacra for me, each way.
She said that very quickly. Tom?
Cepage for me. I just actually backed him. Backed Cepage and a small each way then.
There's always and.
I'm after losing training me thought there.
A bit of sneakiness.
Yeah, there you go. How to abuse me. And you like what you were going to say.
Gone.
Sam
multitasking. There we go. Bit of multitasking, Tom.
Multitasking. Yeah, that's it.
And I'm Old Grangewood for what it's worth.
That's not even a hard word to say. How would we? My brain went to mush there for 2 minutes.
That's what's in them glasses. Right, on to the race of Friday. The Ladbrokes long distance hurdle, where we have the returning Paisley Park. We've McFabulous, Somerville Boy, Time Hill, Lisnagar Oscar, the Steer hurdle winner, Sam Spinner with Joe Colliver on him. Honest Vic. Dave, you love saying that because I can't say it properly.
El Petit Swan.
El Petit Swan. Vision to Flow and One Night in Milan. Tom, what a race.
What a race is right. I don't know what to make of this. I've stared at this a good few times today now, and I don't know. Betting wise for me, I'm going to stay away from it.
Stop lying.
You're going to
no, I am. I've got 4 or 5 that could win this. And there's question marks over so many of them. The first obviously being Paisley Park. I want to see them come back after they've had heart issues.
Look, that's balancing perfectly. Sorry, Tom.
Go on, Tom. Sorry.
Messing with your mugs.
No.
Paisley Park for me.
Show us your mug. Our mugs have Gold Cup winners on them. What's your have on it? Yuck.
The future Gold Cup winner, I hope.
Denman.
Why did they buy someone new?
Oh my God, lads. Okay, right. That's it. We're getting on to it. Make good is in the betting for the county hurdle.
I told you the other day, I'll back him if I can get that price.
Yes, guys, you heard that correctly. Dave is going to back, quote unquote, the worst horse in training.
I also backed him when he won on the flat.
Very good, Dave. I'm glad you came around to him.
No, I'll back him if I think he's a chance.
The shit I got off of that horse when I was trying to explain. They were planning for a day, and that's what they planned for, and they got it right, in fairness to them.
John McConnell's horses are informed the last 4 weeks. Everything he runs is winning.
He run me, I'd probably
win. Anyway, back to Paisley Park. I want to see him come back and do it after having a heart problem. So I couldn't back him. McFabulous was very good at Chepstow. Looks an improver. Wouldn't rule him out at all. Somerville Boy. I just don't know about that horse. I can never really take him, to be honest.
He's a stupid horse.
Time Hill is the one that I'd be interested in. Philip Hobbs' horses are coming back into a bit of form. He's 6 out of the last 30 runners for 20%, with a good few placed horses as well. That's not bad. I think he's the one that he's got to finish in the first three if we think he is if he's as good as we think he is. That form last season from the Albert Bartlett, hopefully it stands up. And yeah, this is a good test of it anyway.
What do you make of it? Do you know what? Ever since sitting there, I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah, you get used to it.
Turn up your mic. That's what you could do with your hands.
Sit like this.
You know,
You didn't even hear it.
What?
I said turn up your mic. That's what you could do with your hands.
Why is it low?
It's a bit low, yeah. There's a button on it that you can press to turn it up.
No, there's not.
Well, there is one of mine anyway.
Yeah, you got an expensive one, so.
What?
My big mix board is over there now, and I have to get up and do it. No, I'm not doing it now.
You sent me the link to buy this. Have you done me now? Is this twice as expensive as your one?
No, I have a big mixer over there.
I was hoping you'd say yes.
I was going to say
He's done me an
just
absolute
annoy him.
kipper. I told him, I was like, I'll buy my mic. Don't worry about it. Send me a link to the one that I should get because I don't know anything about them. He sent me a link to this one.
Should have gotten to buy 3. I said, you need 3 just in case, and I'll mind the other 2 for you.
That'd be brilliant. Jeez. But I have Paisley Park backed anti-post for the Stayers hurdle because of the price it was, and if he comes back. So I wouldn't be backing him Friday, I don't think. What happened?
Tom, you still there?
Yeah.
Hold on, the screen just went mental.
Screen's just gone mad here.
Keep talking, it's still recording.
I'm gone now. That's the second time today already.
We're back.
I can't even remember what race we're talking about.
Technology, lads.
But
who cares?
I would love to see Paisley Park come back and show the form he did, but very hard to come back from heart complaints. Denman never really came back fully from him. Sprinter did, so it's hard to know. So I'd probably watch it and hope that he wins, but my bet in it is Honest Vic each way. I think he's a Stayers hurdle horse. You were laughing at me earlier.
No, you asked me why.
I'm telling you, the way he won that handicap, he's definitely a graded horse.
Look, my thoughts on him, I said it to you. If Paisley Park has another heart attack, he's still beaten.
But Paisley Park was a handicapper as well. Like.
Was.
Yeah, and can they not progress?
He needs to progress a goddamn lot.
I'm actually very surprised you didn't like the performance he had at Cheltenham.
It was all right, yeah.
You will go on by the eye test. He was just phenomenal that day.
Might have my glasses off that day.
You obviously didn't see the race. Honest Vic each way. I think he's overpriced. You get 18, 20 to 1. He's had a run as well. And this time of year, like Andrew does a lot, looks at horses that have had runs. And this race is after throwing up a few mad results as well. I think Beer Goggles won it 1 year at like 45 to 1, which was like 1 or 2 years ago. So it can have mad results with horses that are coming for their runs first time out. So he's had a run. He won at Cheltenham. He's going to be fit. They're putting him up in grade to see if he's a graded horse or a handicapper, because I'm fairly sure he would have. I'm 100% positive he'd win the Pretemps hurdle if they just kept him in his box now till Cheltenham. So they obviously think he's a Stayers hurdle horse. So there you go.
Look, I just said his performance at Cheltenham was decent.
He was fifth. He was fifth in the Coral Cup last year, and he clearly wants 3 miles.
Like, if he's going to have to step up, he's going to need to do it today, especially with the run under his belt. But look, it's not beyond the realms of impossibility. But there's a few in here I think will finish ahead of him. I think he definitely finished ahead of Sam Spinner and Lisnagar Oscar. Yeah,
and then you have Time Hill, Somerville Boy, McFabulous. You know, McFabulous has had a run as well. So, but if Paisley Park bombs out, you're getting 18 to 1.
I think I see what might happen with Paisley Park. I don't think they're going to push all his buttons here at all. I think they'll let him come into the race. They'll hands and heels him as much as they can. But if he's not there with a proper chance jumping the last, he'd be just hands and heels the whole way to the line. They're not going to empty him out, especially after that heart attack or whatever he had.
But how do you hands and heels a horse that consistently finds
you give him a few to get him going, but you want to empty him there. He's like, as we talked about during lockdown, or when we were going through things about him, horses aren't thick. He's going to remember what happened to him when he went through that pain barrier. You want to give him a good experience again. You don't want him thinking, okay, the last time I done this really hurt.
He hits them flat spots though. How do you give him a soft race when he hits flat spots like that?
Yeah, he didn't really last year. He didn't really hit him when he won it.
He hit him bad enough now, but I just think he'll be looked after anyway. I can't see Aiden getting 5 tears into him, turning into the straight to pick up. Like, it's one of those. Like, would I back him at the weekend? No. Would I lay him? No. So, look, best luck to him. I really do hope he comes back because he was.
So do I. And look, to be honest, if he did come back, he's miles better than all the rest of them in it.
Like, if he comes and finishes third on Saturday or Friday, he's 100% in the picture for the World Hurdle, because you can think in your head, you're like, if you use logic, that he's the 100% not going to be primed for this.
It's like when they brought Sprinter back. He had that kind of season where they were kind of getting him back racing again, and then the second season he went on to win the champion chase.
They want him to enjoy race. Yeah. So I won't back him on Friday, but I wouldn't put it past him winning at Cheltenham at all. If they get through this, gets good experience, everything is clear, not a bother on him, 100% he is a huge player in the stairs, because as Dave said, 100% Paisley Park, everything okay. He probably whoops a lot of these without any hassle.
He's got to beat the 18-year-old Fizzlecrack though at the stairs.
Oh, don't you worry. He's just waiting. Don't you worry. You just relax about watching the side of early getting pulled up. Don't worry. Sorry.
Just not running very often. Just waiting. Yeah.
He's one day in mind, Tom. One day. That's all he needs. One day in the sun. But anyway, I go Summerhill boy. Can't have him whatsoever. His jumping will go to pot at some stage, even though he did win the last day. He beat Chisabello and Thomas Darby, but that's horrible. Then you have Time Hill, who's interesting, but he's not interested on the form of Philip Hobbs' horses. If Philip Hobbs' horses were running not very well, but at least one or two were getting closer and winning, then they're
not running too
not really.
Some of them are still running stinks
out of the last 20. Some of them are running stink, but he's had plenty of placed horses and 6 out of the last 20 winners. So 6 out of the last 30 winners.
Time Hill does run well, fresh, but
you're too forgiving, Tom.
I'm not. I'm just reading it as it is.
And we get on to Lisnagar Oscar, who is next. I'm going to talk about Sam Spinner, who is Joe Colliver. And no offense, Joe Colliver, but he's not great.
If you tip Honest Vic, I'm going to crack up.
And then we get on to Honest Vic, who I think will finish ahead of 2 of them anyway. And then
hang on, you think Honest Vic will finish ahead of who?
Sam Spinner. Yeah. And Lisnagar Oscar. And then we've Petit Swan.
You're going to back Paisley Park.
Who needs to find a lot. And then Vision of Flow, and One Night in Milan.
He's back in Paisley Park.
So I am all over Mac Fabulous. I really, really like this horse. His win at Chepstow was very, very good. I don't know where it's the colour of him. He reminds me of Big Bucks. He just slobs through his races. There's the noseband as well. You said it the last day when he went, oh, Jesus, he reminds me of Big Bucks. So stop going like this, thought and choice.
It's his colours are not acting like Big Bucks.
No, he's black.
Oh, he's black. Okay.
He's black in the noseband. And he's a big awkward joke.
Yeah, he is a bit awkward.
Yeah. So I am really excited to see how he comes on. So he is my pick. Mac Fabulous I reckon he's going to go off favours because Paisley Park is drifting. He went up to 6-4. He's out to 85-40, whatever the hell that is, with Paddy Power 5-2 or something.
It's a little bit more than 2-1, but not enough to be 9-4. I don't think. Is that right, Tom?
Yeah.
He was 6-4. He's drifting out to that. Mac Fabulous is 9-4. So I think I'm going to back Mac Fabulous tonight because I think he's going to win this.
Say Mac Fabulous 3 times.
Mac Fabulous.
Well done.
Thanks.
The form of that race is dog shit, though.
It's terrible.
You're a dog
Terrible.
shit. You're a dog shit. Yeah, it is. It is. But as I say,
wasn't that horse Petra Star in that you both tipped up for that day?
Oh, no.
yeah, he was.
Was he? Yeah, there you go.
He was
See,
last.
he was last on.
Did I tip that up? I don't know.
You
Yeah,
did,
we
yeah,
did. We
yeah.
voted each way.
You did, yeah.
But,
I have to look at so many of these races that I don't know. Petra
But it-
Start, there's no way I tipped that.
You did.
you did. Me and you tipped. We tipped him each way.
No, I didn't.
You did.
Say something denial like.
Trained by DJ Jeffries. There's not a hope in hell's chance I
Like
tipped
a
that.
fella you know, I'd say. But anyway,
No, you're such liars. I tipped one for the team in that race.
You also said Petra Star would run well. Robbie going to go back in these videos, and I'm telling you, it'll be sent into the group.
Here we go again. I tell you, Robbie, you can go over to Make Good videos. Bring them back up, pal.
wow, like he gets one horse a year and he just
Yeah, well, look,
hangs on
leave-
to it.
he's right too.
You're right too, Tom.
You're right too, Tom. Hang on to make good.
I will. Thank you. And Percy.
One, Tom.
One Tom.
Nah, there's
You
two.
You have to choose.
Oh yeah. Who would you choose?
Who would you choose, Make Good or Percy?
Oh, Percy, obviously.
I would have choose Make
Oh, so
Good.
I would have chose Make Good.
Make Good was a job horse, lads, and he got his job done. And I had my money down today, so that's all that matters with him.
Twice.
He did.
But yeah, my pick is McFabulous anyway. Go, because I have to get the next race.
Honest Vic each way.
I'm going to take a chance on Time Hill, and that's basing it on Paisley Park not quite running his race, because if he does run his race, he'll lap them. But he won't lap them. You know what he's like. He'll go and win 2-3 lengths just being pushed out his bricks.
Yeah, I agree. If Paisley Park comes back to Paisley Park, he wins. But we're presuming that this is welcome back to race and enjoy it. Even though he looked well in his gallop.
Yeah,
We
you
talked
can't,
about
you can't,
that,
you can't really tell that about those.
You can tell nothing out of those.
Why are these gallops becoming a thing like the flat for jump horses? It's the same before. It was a Leopardstown before Cheltenham.
It's to not give him a hard race, but also give him a little bit of work. But you can't tell that by him.
But one thing
It's
I
to
did
bring
see-
him away for a day out to the racecourse, basically. And bring him away for a day out from something else. You gallop them at home. Like.
But there's one thing I took out of that, what I seen, but we'll get on to in a few minutes. Right, on to Saturday, the 12:40. I don't really want to talk about this because Next Destination's in it. I think this fella is so much talent. We were up in Punchtown when he won his novice hurdle, beating Delta Work. I'm gone. Oh, he was third in the Ballymore behind Sam Crow and Black Op. There is a huge engine in there. He came back at Weatherby the other day and was second behind Roxana, who God only knows how she won by that much, but he travelled like the best horse in the race. I think he's going to take a hell of a lot of beating in this, and he could be a horse that's going to play a big part in some of the novice chases at Cheltenham. What do you think?
I'd be afraid he'd bomb out, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah. Second run back after a long break, I'd be afraid he wouldn't run half as well as he did the last day. To be honest, I don't know what to make a race. It's hard to call. If Southfield Stone, and I wouldn't be the biggest fan of horse, you put him up the last day at Cheltenham, but I actually do think he needs a trip.
His jumping went to pot around Cheltenham.
I think Protectorate put his jumping under too much pressure at Cheltenham. I think he needs a trip. The form of the race earlier in the year that he won, Cool Cody ended up winning the Paddy Power. So the form is strong enough. I think he'd be better going at a slighter pace to help his jumping. I give him a chance, but I don't really know what to make of the race, to be honest.
What do you make of it, Tom?
Yeah, it is a tough race to work out in some respects. A lot of it is based around Next Destination. My worry was, would they run him here as it's good ground? He was off for 920 days before he came back at Weatherby, and I just don't know if they'd want to run him on good ground. He was very eye-catching that day. Looked like he was going to be tailed and then just ran on. So he just had a blow and ran on again. So that was quite good. The one I would put up against him is Kaluki. The Philip Hobbs horse was impressive on his seasonal reappearance at Newbury. The second horse has come out and won since in that race, so that form looks pretty decent. So I'm sure he'll put it up to Next Destination.
I'm shocked you didn't put up AC Milan.
I backed that horse so many times last year, Tom. You can't even understand. Since he came second in the bumper.
Every time.
All 2 miles, 2 mile, 4, 3 miles. Every time I thought he was going to. I put him up last year in the race at Haydock last week, that main fact one. I was like, 3 mile hurdle is going to do it. Comes out then Aintree, which it shouldn't have suited him. He wins the 3 mile chase. So I'm done with him now, to be honest.
Moving on.
I think they obviously sold him as well because he's new colour. So the old owner must be done with him as well.
Sick and just pumping money into him, and then all of a sudden, boom.
Yeah, he won't win. He's too slow.
Final picks. I think next destination will take a hell of a lot of beating in this.
Southfield Stone.
Next Destination will take a lot of beating, but if he doesn't run, Kaluki.
Right, on to the 225 and an intermediate hurdle where you really like one in it. But as we get there, the Maria's Rock is currently favourite. Then we've Time Hill, Botac Hoss, Milkwood, Wild Max, and Bigger the rest. Dave, we go to you. Botac Hoss, you really, really like this lad.
Yeah, like Tom, to be fair to Tom put him up earlier in the year, his first race at Cheltenham. And he bet All Mankind. All Mankind came out then, won a 2 mile chase pretty easily. But I like Botox has last year, and with Gonshin being the better horse. Botox has, I think, got injured. He was, or else they were going to go to Aintree and try to win the juvenile hurdle at Aintree. I think he might have progressed more than Goshen has. And that's why we're seeing him and we're not seeing Goshen. There's something fishy going on about Goshen. It has to be. We would have seen them by now otherwise.
Do you think he's got better than Goshen?
I genuinely think he'll win this. And he'll win it easy.
Do you think he's got better than Goshen? You don't think he's going to win the champion hurdle?
I think if he wins this, he's a chance to win the champion hurdle. Yeah.
Now what the fuck he's drinking?
You would have said the same last year when Epitante won this.
Tom, I don't know what to say.
Just silence.
I'm stumped.
Yeah, look,
I think he's a really good horse. Like I said, Andrew would have said the same about Epitante and did say the same about Epitante all year last year. Even in the previews, he was still slating her and she won it easy. He gets the 4-year-old allowance. The race in itself has thrown up a few champion hurdle winners like Epitante. Rock on Ruby won it the year that he won the champion hurdle. I don't know. I think he'll win. Probably not good enough to win a champion hurdle, but I do think he'll win, and he'll win handy the weekend. I think he'll be far better than Maria's Rock.
I'm not so sure about that. Tom, what do you make?
Yeah, I spent a good while today trying to work out was Maria's Rock or Marie's Rock well handicapped or not well handicapped. The form of her bumper is terrible. The form of her next race where she beat the con man is pretty good, but she got a load of weight. And then she just beat mares in a listed mares race at Taunton. She's won well all the time, but she's off 141. I don't think she's well handicapped. Nikki Henderson seems to love her, so that probably tells you she is well handicapped. But yeah, Botox Hass for me, he was impressive at Cheltenham on his comeback, and I just think he's going to have to improve. But I think he's a horse who gets overlooked quite a bit. So
Maria's Rock is carrying like 6 pounds more than Epitante carried when she won this race last year. So if she wins it, she must be some filly to win it. Like,
but it's the same with Botox Hass. He's got 11.10. Like, that's a lot of weight.
But
Yeah,
how,
I think you will,
how can you compare Maria's Rock to Epperton just because she's a filly and comes from Nicky Henderson's?
but it's quite similar the way they're coming. Maria's Rock got injured, had a couple of runs, got injured, and now she's back. Epperton bombed out at Cheltenham, and everybody thought, oh, she's useless. So it was a bit overlooked.
I wouldn't look at it like that. The bombing out of Cheltenham, people thought that was the worthy as or being the favourite for the champion hurdle. But on this race, I don't think you can really compare the two of them. Like, yeah, they're fillies and they come from the same stable.
Are you tipping Maria's Rock?
Yeah, I think Maria's Rock will absolutely.
We'll have a match bet.
She'll batter him.
Match bet.
I know her bump, as Tom said, her bump performance not up that much, but the race where she beat the con man and right down, she beat something else. It's the third in that race one as well. Then she beat Midnight Gift, who won again 2 weeks ago, bolted up. The form is there. She's getting a good bit of weight. I know she's carrying more than carrying more than Epperton last year, but this is a different race, a different year, different horses. I can't compare the two of them at all. I think, she's a bit skinny in the market now, but I think she's the best horse in the race. I think she's going to take a hell of a lot of beating it.
Are we doing a match bet?
I'll do a match bet.
Tommy, you want Botox has?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think I am. Yeah.
I'm on Maria's Rock. So, yeah, I think she's getting weight off both her costs as well.
£5. He slapped the jaws off her.
Okay.
As I say, I can't work out. She could be well handicapped and be a 150 mare. At the same time, she might not be. And I'm not convinced that she is, to be honest.
I think she's at least a 150, if not more. It's the way she's winning her races. She comes there and she has this burst of speed that gets her away. But it's the sustained speed that she has. She keeps going. She doesn't slow down. It's like someone hitting the NOS button in bloody Need for Speed. You're gone and you're not coming back. I don't know. I just think she's very good. I could be wrong. I could be right. Who knows? You think I'm wrong? I think
you're definitely wrong.
Robbie, when she wins on Saturday, just record this bit with it. Right. We're on 2 year on Botox Horse. I am on Maria's Rock. Now, on to the Hennessy. I'm not calling it Ladbrokes Trophy.
The Hennessy.
Ladbrokes, you can sponsor me, and I call it Ladbrokes Trophy. I call it the best trophy in the world if you want me to.
What used to be my favourite race of the whole year, and now it's just gone to absolute
I am
dog shit.
Very interested to see who you're on this.
I told you already.
You're sticking to her.
Yeah, I have it back to all.
Okay. Right. We have Vindication 6-1, Kill the Start 7s, I Right 7s, Black Op 7s. The conditional last year. He won last year? No, he didn't. He was second.
The conditional won the race at Cheltenham.
He was second in this one.
He was second.
He was second in this. Sam Brown, Copperhead, 2 for Gold, Cloth Cap, Sigler Investor, Beware the Bear, who beat Santini in the Gallop Robbie. So he must be an absolute certainty. Mr. Monarchy, Potter Man, and so on and so forth. Dave, I didn't mention the horse you like, who you backed, and who we kind of agree on, who I have backed as well. It's a little small though, but I don't unbeaten around Newbury.
I might say I've never backed this horse bar one time, I think, in a double that Andrew convinced me. And it's simply because unbeaten at Newbury and needs good ground, and it's going to be good ground. There's no rain coming. Tom knows who it is.
Tom's
he's
not
shaking his head
at all.
It's La Baguewa.
Love the way you say that.
If she comes back to the grade 1 form she showed 2 years ago, she'd have a right good chance of winning it. She's getting good ground. She's at Newbury where she's never been beaten. She's a flat track bully. She hates going up and down hills. Everything's in her favor. She has her ground. She has her track. This is the last chance to win. And in a race that's just not good. Like I tipped up I Right for the Charlie Hall, and he's like joint favourite. Like that's not a good Hennessy.
No, it's
if
not.
If I Right is joint favourite and the conditioner and all them are joint favourite for a Hennessy, like the best of the novices from last year, like Champ, Manila Indo, Alaho, none of them are running this. And if one of them ran in this, they'd be favourite, and they'd be rightly favourite. So I think she's a really good chance to win.
The gloss has gone off this race a lot. Since top of the game, broke his legs again. But looking through it, Tom, who do you like? There's a lot of value to be had, and you're the man for the value. Who do you think is value in this?
Well, the shit you give me for backing horses and clinging onto them, that mare has not run a good race in 2 years.
I thought she ran well the last day.
Oh, I don't get it. Anyway,
I'll put it out here. She's not my main bet. This is only fairly small. This is a sentimental bet I have on her.
Put more on her.
Oh, it's only a sentimental bet because she won me an absolute fortune in her novice year. A fortune she won me. She
just
beat
let go. Like.
When you win that a lot of money on a horse beating Lost in Translation, Santini, and all them in your novice season, when you're getting good prices. And I do remember I put her up as my horse to follow that year. And see, sometimes I know what I'm on about. But anyway, Tom, go. Who do you think?
Something is telling me to stick to the top of like this isn't the strongest race in the world, and it's telling me to stick to the top of the handicap. I think that leans me towards Vindication. I think he's every chance.
He's such a bad jumper.
Did you see his school? This is the horse I'm on about. Did you see him schooling around Newbury the other day?
No.
He nearly ended up in the forest.
He's a terrible jumper.
He banked one. He jumped out to his right the whole time. Not to put you off on
that. I think he just jumps like that, doesn't he? He does that at Ascot as well.
Yeah, hold up now. You get on to me about a horse hanging and jumping out to his left, and now you're going to back a horse that bolts out to his right, jumping.
You hate it.
Stop now. Do me a favor now.
You hate hanging bastards.
Yeah. He's not a hanging bastard, though.
He's a jumping hanging bastard.
Yeah, he just does it when he's going over bloody fences.
Yeah, because he jumps a bit funny. Doesn't mean he's trying to hang into the other horse and nearly run off the track when he gets challenged.
To fucking see Bambi somewhere.
Tom, if I hadn't done that, would you be unhappy with it?
Oh, he would slate him.
Why would I? Yeah, like, no, guys.
Yes, no.
Vindication. He's got form going. He's got form going left-handed. He's never won. Yes, he jumps a bit funny, but it doesn't seem to bother him. He ran a fine race behind Surname. He's short at the top of the market, though, is the only thing. Colin Tizard has been out talking up Copperhead. I don't know. I just can't have it. He's just not for me, that horse. And he ran terribly the last day. The one I am going to go with is in complete contradiction. And this is the only reason I'm not very, very strong on this horse is something's leaning me towards saying go to the top of the handicap. But Cloth Cap, I thought he ran very well on his comeback run behind Frodon at Cheltenham. Stays all day, is off a mark of 136, which he can be very competitive off. He was third in a Scottish National off 134. He stays all day, this lad. If they turn it into a proper test, then he'll still be galloping. And at a slightly bigger price, I can see him going well.
This is what I mean about this race. But before to cut across you, right? Cloth Cap probably does have a chance in this. When in the years gone by would Cloth Cap have a chance in a Hennessy?
Never.
That's shocking. The years that Denman won it, Madison de Burley won it. Every Smad Place won it from the front. That's shocking.
Bob's win it.
Bob's Word won it.
He got beat by Bob's Word.
They were going. Racing TV have been replaying the horses who've won this in the past few years, and like they've been replaying them since the 80s, I think, right? And who was I watching? That's it. One man won this with his ears pricked.
Yeah.
And then Barton Bank was second in it, and Teton Mill, and they all ran and won, apart from Barton Bank, obviously, in the 90s. There were some fantastic renewals of this.
Yeah.
It's gone.
This isn't one of them.
It's absolutely gone to pot this year. And the one who I have landed on, you didn't back him, but you put him up last year.
Mr. Malarkey.
No, last year for this year. Copperhead. If he comes back to any his form in this, in his novice season, bar the fall at Cheltenham, he has some chance of winning this. Like,
I don't mind Copperhead. I just think he's a bit short for like 8 and 7 to 1 now for what he's showing. But yeah, I did say last year he's a prime horse that would run well in a Hennessy.
He's kind of the profile. He's a second season novice. We don't really know how good he is. You can totally wipe out his first run of the season. Colin Tisdale horses were absolutely running diabolical then. And
They
now
still are. His strike rate is less than Philip Hobson in the last 14 days.
But the ones that are running off the back of a run are running really well. You had Levant de Hunt, who ran shite the last day, won next time out. He had Fiddler on the Roof, who got bet, won next time out. Like,
Lost
they're
in
coming.
translation.
Yeah, but we did kind of say that
they all seem to need a run, is what Andrew was saying.
Yeah, they all seem to need a run. He needed a run. He dropped out of the back of the telly like a very unfit horse. Like, you go back to his Ascot win. Like, 2 for Gold is in this as well. He was 17 lengths behind him at Ascot, and then Danny Wisbank was another 6 lengths behind him. He absolutely battered him.
He's already won a handicap around Newbury.
He's beat Moving in Style. Forgot to ask Anthony. All them, like, he's beaten him and beaten him very easily. Like, I'm very sweet on him. I think he's going to take one hell of a beating if he's back to his form of last season. He's a very good horse. He gallops all day long. He finds so much after bridle and he just keeps going. And he has that bit of class to him. And this is not a good goddamn Hennessy. There's not a vindication. I couldn't back him in a million years after seeing what I've seen around on that schooling session. Kill the Start is Kill the Start. Irish should not be good enough. Black Cop is jumping is his downfall. He's so talented, but he can't jump. The condition has a chance. Sam Brown, he had two very good runs last season.
He needs heavy ground.
He needs
heavy ground.
Yeah. Then you're at Copperhead. Oh, when you look at it on a form and on a visual look, he has everything there. He's second season novice. He's carrying 11 stone 2, which is it's a grand weight to be carrying around there. I presume Robbie Power is going to be on him. I'm very sweet on him. I think 8-1 is. It's not bad when you consider how bad the Hennessy is. I really like him.
I'll have a match bet with you with Vindication.
Yeah, okay. I'm on.
I'll take that as well, Tom.
Okay, that'd be competitive. I reckon.
I've never not liked Copperhead, so
I'm shocked you didn't put him up.
I think everything's in favor of Lagawa.
It's not that I don't like him. I'm just happy to take him on. I think.
I think he has a great chance. Right. Speaking of good horses who won the same day last year at Newbury, Epatante. Surely a steering job for the Fighting Fifth Hurdle, or are we going to see something mental again this year, like what happened to Bouvardier, where he got absolutely impaled by a bit of wood? Tom, what do you think? Steering job?
We're an hour in and we haven't even finished Saturday yet, lads. Yeah. Epatante is Epatante bolts up, doesn't she?
Yeah. Is there what? All right, we put it this way: what followers are home?
Oh Jesus!
I actually have one that follows at home.
If you want to invest money the weekend, put money on Epatante because you're basically buying money. She's getting £7 again, and
I bet that Paddy Power actually have, which I think is absolutely buying money, is Epatante to win, Envoy and Honeysuckle all to win the weekend. It's 4-1. Tom, you might be able to get something on it.
No, they wouldn't let me have anything on it.
Go ahead.
No, they wouldn't even let me have a cent on it, the bastards. I'm happy to say that. Paddy Power are absolute bastards. They just do not take a bet at all. They won't be sponsoring us, Andrew, so don't you worry about that.
That's true.
And if they are, they're giving me 2 new free accounts.
And letting you make bets.
Yeah. I don't even want free bets. I just want to make bets.
It's Epatante in this.
It is. Epatante, but I think Not So Sleepy would be the one following her home.
He's a lunatic.
Well.
I love him.
I looked at him as well, yeah.
As long as they're not a standing start, he has a chance of following her home. He won on the flat there a few weeks ago, didn't he?
Yeah, he's an absolute loony tune.
So yeah, I think he will. He'll be the one following her home. So hold up now. We are finally moving on to Sunday. What are we in? I can't see the time from here.
It is 1 minute past 9.
Not that. The time.
56 minutes.
55 minutes, yeah.
55 minutes. Wow. Right, on to Sunday. Did I miss something on Fairyhouse? Saturday. No. Sunday, Fairyhouse. What a card we're in store for. But we will start with the 105 and the Royal Bond. This looks another unbelievable race for the weekend. We have Ballyadams in the 6-4. She wears it well at 15-8. Concertista, who won't do a thing until Cheltenham. Caskmate, Duke Cup, Ingolo, and so on. Dave, Ballyadam.
Yeah, I reckon he'll win. I'd say Ingolo is not going to run by the price he is. That Caskmate won well the last day, and she wears it well. Is a nice horse. She jumps well, but Ballyadam will surely win this.
Tom, do you agree?
Ballyadam bolts up on the way to the Supreme Novice Hurdle.
Okay.
The only thing that's bad for Tom is if she wears it well, beats him for speed, he's definitely going to the Ballymore, and Tom is going to crack up.
That is exactly what I think is going to happen on Sunday. I think she wears it well is going to beat.
She's very speedy.
She is unbelievably fast. She is such a good traveller. She gets the £7 allowance, which is huge in these races. She, visually again, she has absolutely battered everything she's ran against.
Shite. That's what she's run against.
So what was Ballyadam beat? Shite. A bumper around Downpatrick.
That's true.
And then a maiden hurdle around Down Ryle. So kick your shite and stick it back up your hole.
Wow.
That Colonel Mustard had lap.
Don't be calling at me with this when the two of them have beat shite.
I'm going to do some laughing if she beats him for speed and he goes for the Ballymore.
I genuinely, she has some speed. I think he's a Ballymore horse. I think Fernie Hollow.
If she beats him, he won't be winning anything at Cheltenham. So
I know one of the lads that's in on this horse, and they think she is an absolute weapon.
You think your horse is an absolute weapon?
Our horse, and she is a weapon. 14th of December, lads. Lump on. Don't mind that. Don't lump on.
I think Ballyadam's a Ballymore horse anyway, but it is what it is.
She's one of my strong bets for the weekend.
Can we have a match bet on this?
No, because I'm backing her already.
Easy money. It's like taking candy off a child. Not that we condone that, by the way, to anyone out there.
What do you do when your horses win and you just post it everywhere? I am going to do that and tag you in everything when she wins.
Only Percy and Make Good. I get pleasure out of them.
Sound wrong.
Anyway,
we touch on one or two more in it. Concertista, do we agree that she won't do anything until she hits Cheltenham?
Yeah.
Cheltenham.
Caskmate has won very well, but needs to step up again. Duke Cup is Duke Cup, and Golo by the prices, probably not running. Annexation. Henry's horse, who was second in Golo. If she runs, she'll have a decent chance. Ground is a bit quicker, so she'll run a good race. But there's nothing else. I think it's a 2-horse race, more or less. But I'm very sweet on. She wears it well.
Annexation is a big price if she runs. He runs even.
Is it he?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was she. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think he'll have a good chance of placing at least. Right, where are we now? Next, on to the Drimmore. I doubt all of these are going to run, but I do, Jesus Christ. We've Envoy Allen, Easy Work, Andy Dufresne, Assemble, Embittered, Home by the Lee, and Cocoa Beach. Tom, start with you. Envoy Allen, even if they all turn up, surely beats all these.
Yeah, I'd say he does. Easy Work and Andy Dufresne look the two to give him the most to do. He was very good on his chasing debut, and he's going to take the world of beating, really, isn't he?
Yeah, I think it's 2 mile 4. Like, he's surely going as we think. Marsh Chase, so He's like, we probably know he's not going to win this by half the track because he just does what he has to do. But if Andy Dufresne runs, I think he'll give him a hell of a race. He's a horse I really like. I've liked him from his hurdling days, even though he kind of fell off the face of the earth the middle of last season, but came back with a very good performance around Wexford. But all in all, Envoy Allen should be picking these up and winning, you think?
Envoy, you'd imagine Envoy Allen would win, but if Andy Dufresne runs, I'd probably back him each way. I think you want them all to run, though. I want to see a decent race. I don't want to see two or three horses take on Envoy Allen. I want to see them all there.
I think it's going to end up like that because 4 of the entries are Gordon Ellis and the other 3 are Joseph O'Brien's. So you
can't imagine that Gordon is there ringing up Eddie O'Leary and ringing up Frankie Zeitlips and saying, "Yeah, hey, you should definitely run at the weekend, lads. Yeah, definitely run. Yeah."
How would you fancy taking on Envoy Allen in November?
I'd love to see him I just like to see him in a proper race, but I don't know.
Do you know what? I can see Easy Work and Andy Dufresne be taken out and the rest of them run.
Are you worried about him in a proper race, Dave?
Who?
No, but like Tom backing 1 to 3 shots isn't my cup of tea, like.
Oh no, I'm not saying back him at all. And I do. I think he'd win. I still think he'd beat both of those on his form. I would like to see him in a proper race, though.
I want to see him in a proper race over fences. I want to see every good horse in a proper race and test it. I genuinely do think Andy Dufresne is a really good horse. I wouldn't worry about what he did over hurdles last year. I think Jason's his game. So
I agree, but I think Envoy Allen's just in a different league to everything else. He does everything.
And look, I've said it numerous times in this. Not that I don't think Envoy Allen is a superstar, but every horse loses. You said it the last time, Tom. So it just wouldn't surprise me in the slightest if he lost or he lost at Cheltenham or anything. I don't think anything is a certainty. Bar Epatante on Saturday.
I was going to say, would you rather back Envoy Allen at 1 to 3 or Epatante at 4 to 7?
Epatante.
Yeah.
Double it.
Andrew's just going to back all of them. He's like, they're all winners.
I have backed it. I have backed the treble.
That's a good bet. As I said, 4 to 1. The real price is like 2.7 or something. So that's a good bet.
Yeah, I think if they're all around, I think we're in agreement. Envoy Allen wins, but Andy Dufresne will, I'd say, at least give him a race. Give him something to think about.
Go on, Andy D.
Next and last, but not least, is the Hattons Grace, where the Queen.
See, what are you laughing at?
All I can see is you saying Andy in a South African accent.
Andy D.
Shut up.
Andrew, we got to tell everyone that story, right?
Go on, tell him.
Me and Andrew are in a work meeting one day, and we're in the office for the meeting. It's just me and Andrew in the room, and we're on a Skype call with some people in South Africa who have never met Andrew. Oh. So for whatever reason, one of them starts calling him Andy. And if you know Andrew, there's nothing more that winds him up than calling him Andy. And what made it worse was this meeting was a bit tricky anyway. They were kind of giving us they were giving us a hard time, and we were trying to push back on them. And then we were getting a bit mad. And then every 2 minutes you'd hear Andy.
And that was making me more mad. That made me start shouting back at him. Surprised I didn't get sacked.
He was cracking. Oh, he's very funny.
He's working there about 3 months. He texts me one day, if fucking someone calls me Andy one more time.
I do it on purpose now.
No, I don't mind people I know calling me that. You're in the different continent. You've never seen me. Don't even try it, kid.
Does he still call you Andy, yeah?
No, because I don't talk to him anymore. There's a reason I don't talk to him anymore. Anyway. Wow, who was it again? Joel, was it? Fucking, I don't give a fuck if you watch this.
Oh, it was so funny.
Anyway,
I
on
was
to
over there. I was over there in February then, and we were talking about like work and stuff. I was having a few drinks with him, and he started calling you Andy. And I was just wetting myself out. And I was like, yeah, Andy, yeah.
Bastard. Where's your loyalty, man?
That's too funny.
Oh, but anyway, on to the Hattons Grace, because I'm dying to go to Ireland. The Queen is going to win this. Let's move on. Honeysuckle wins. End of story. Nothing beats her. She's unbeatable.
Again, getting £7 is just nuts. When you get a good mare, it's virtually impossible to beat when they're getting £7. But I'd like to see Beacon Edge run well.
Tom?
Yeah, look, I think she'll win. I'm looking forward to seeing Saldier if he runs very infrequently, but has got some good form.
He runs
fell behind the Espoir d'Alan.
He's the love child of Shakan Poursois.
He must be Shakan's brother.
Yeah,
he's obviously hard to keep right, but when he is right, he's very good.
Another Kubo horse. So every horse that has issues, he loves. Lorena, a prime example.
Oh, it really is, isn't it? Who else?
Well, who's your favorite horse? Saldier. When's the last time you see him ran? 2016.
Who did he beat?
But no, Honeysuckle should win this. She's not much of a price, but yeah, Saldier against her. I'm looking forward to seeing him run, but that's about it.
She's the best prize out of the 3 shorties the weekend.
At Fairyhouse?
Yeah. Between her and Epatont and all them.
Epatant's the best price.
She's 4 to 6, 4 to 5.
Epatant's she's literally a champion hurdler. She'll spank the arse out of everything in that race. Getting £7, everything's in her favor, and she's 4 to 7. She should be 1 to 3.
Yeah,
that's true as well.
If there is one shorty for the weekend, I think it's her.
Lump job. That's it, yeah.
Maybe.
Right, recap, and we'll go back. Our naps and next best. Tom's never ready as usual. I'll go with you first.
My nap is Epaton. She's very sharp, but she should definitely win.
Jesus, you can't nap up Epaton.
I never nap short things, but I am. She's just a certainty, like.
That's disgraceful.
Do you want naps and next best?
I would go. Yeah, go on. Do you give your next best?
My next best is Le Bag a Roi each way in the Hennessy.
So my nap is Aylesford, 4:45 Chelmsford on Friday.
He literally looked up when I said Le Bag a Roi, and then he comes in with this shit again, like Chelmsford. I mean, it's for sure you were saying Dundalk.
All I can do is apologise.
All I can do is apologise. This might be a short price. The only thing is, the horse that might make the market for us beat us last time out. This was Aylesford's first run. He was a massive icon. What?
Who is even this horse?
Go watch his race at Kempton first time out.
No, I've paid to watch Troy.
You were actually not giving out about me putting up Epaton. And
very eye-catching. Alwari won the race, and he's running again. He's running again at Chelmsford on Friday. He will beat that horse this time. I'm pretty certain of it. There'll be first and second favourites, but I don't know. I don't know what price you're getting him, but I'd back him at anything over 6 to 4. I'd say.
And your next best
is Caribbean Boy.
Well, there you go.
You want winners, lads? Giving you winners.
Going on the flat horses and on that all weather that you've given us the last few weeks.
Winner's a winner.
My nap is She Wears It Well. And my next best is Copperhead in the Hennessy.
Well, there you go. All the racing the weekend. And Tom's nap comes from Chelmsford.
Now, on Sunday when we're doing the live show, there might be a bit of swaying going on here.
We're having a few drinks on Sunday, Tom.
Oh, sound for the invite, lads.
Well, it's in Andrew's house. Are you going to drive up?
You can come down if you want.
No, I got an exam on Tuesday.
He keeps out to us and then he... That's
I'm
Tuesday, 2 days.
Pretty sure you're 48 hours
That's
between.
2 days.
Study, lads. These aren't easy exams, like.
Ah, you're brainy.
He was literally about to say, these aren't exams like you're used to. In other words, we're stupid.
It wasn't at
Yes,
all.
you are.
No, they're difficult exams. You can't go drinking the days before them, like.
On that note.
I did. Look where I am.
It says a lot, doesn't it?
Since fellow works the same place as me.
Hey, got you there.
Anyway, on that note, we will be recording our Cheltenham Festival anti-post video episode 3, I want to say. 3 after this. So that'll be up just after this. And we will be back, as always, live on Sunday at 8 o'clock, where we'll be reviewing all the weekend's action. So again, thanks for watching. Give us a like and subscribe and comment below your best bet of the weekend. Don't mind me, I just got to turn this off now.